What's up, guys? It's your boy, the Badwolf, bringing you more interesting information in the world of the National of the United States. Oh, yeah, because that's what we are. No such thing as sovereign citizens, because that's an oxymoron. Morons. All right, so before we get going, I want to thank everybody out there for watching the channel. We have been getting lots and lots of emails and support, and so thank you guys for that. We are going to reach 40,000, I think, before the end of the year. So it's a little under the estimate, we'll say. And the ladies out there who are watching are not subscribing. So guys, we're going to blame the ladies for this one, even though we still love the ones who already have subscribed. For some reason, something like 26% are female who have subscribed. So I'm just going to leave that to you guys. All right. So one thing to keep in mind, guys, if you see anybody using any of my videos or information for any type of negative or nefarious purposes or violating any of my copyrights, please make sure that you use that report button over there and report them for defamation of character, slander, and all the goodies. All right. Otherwise, don't forget to hit that bell, like, subscribe. If this is your first time here, thank you for coming. And go to youtube.com/JamesClovett or at the Badwolf. Okay, that being said, I also want to mention that I do not do cases, okay? I cannot get people out, okay? It's not my thing. I'm not even there yet to, I've given you tools to help, but I don't do stuff like a lawyer. So that you're going to need either a lawyer for, or your attorney, or, you know, watch the videos and learn. It's a little hard to get somebody out when they've got you in their clutches. I work on prevention. So once again, guys, thank you for watching. And without further ado, let's get to the video at hand. All right. Oh, and thank you for the compliments and the donations, and joining the Wolf Pack and checking out blacksite32.com. and joining the Badwolf Unincorporated group on Telegram. Thank you. All right. So this one was sent to me by a viewer. I believe it was Gary. If not Gary, you're going to get the credit for it. Here we're talking about the John Birch Society. Not so much them, but what they do and things to keep in mind. So this is kind of a watchdog group. And I have no affiliation. I don't get paid for them, but they could if they wanted to. You will pay the Badwolf. Pay the Badwolf for pay the Badwolf for. All right. So this particular thing that was brought to me by one of the viewers, okay, is that he wanted me to bring to people's attention restoring constitutional money. Now, constitutional money is your commodities like gold, silver, gemstones, things of that nature, even treasury bills, right? Like lawful money, not legal tender. See, legal means what they can do inside the corporation, and it's good for the most part, even if it violates your rights. But you've agreed to it because you're a 14th Amendment U.S. citizen. Yeah. Okay. Lawful means in the real world under the Constitution, because all the states gave up a percentage of their power of sovereignty to be under the Constitution, where they have to abide by. Okay. Okay. All right. So here they're talking about support HR 9157, the Gold Standard Restoration Act. Okay. HR 9157 of the Gold Restoration Act. Okay, so they want to bring back constitutional money and put us back underneath this gold standard. Now, if you go to this particular website, which is jbs.org, okay, you can sign up for legislation alerts, find out what they're doing. Most of you guys don't even know what they're doing in your area. You can find out what they're doing on your state and on the federal level, okay? Keep an eye on what's going on and vote against that stuff. Okay, we do have power inside and outside of the corporation. All right. So it doesn't look like it's too much. So legislation has been introduced to Congress to restore the gold standard, adhering to the U.S. Constitution, bringing back sound money policies. It is imperative that Congress enact this bill. Now, understand this. Let's just cut to the chase. Do we really believe that a majority of these people want us to go back to the gold standards? Let's just talk about it openly, all right? Do you really think the elite want us to go back to this? No, not unless they have all the gold, which they pretty much kind of do, and it's going to be of a better benefit to them. But what expands them, it doesn't limit them, is not being on that. That's why they're introducing the central bank digital currency, something to put your money into. This is education and not advice or offerings or anything. We don't do that here. Everything here is education and entertainment. This is just the stuff I do. Welcome to the world of the wacky wolf. All right. Well, this is just what's going on in my head. The stuff I look at every day makes you a little crazy, because you have to dance with the devil in the pale moonlight or dine with the elite, the CEOs in the 14th Amendment U.S. corporation located in Washington, D.C., in order to understand what's going on. All right. So do they want this? No. Okay. So that's why a good thing to check out in your cryptocurrencies would be XRP, XDC, XLM, things of that nature. That's all I'm going to say. So if you can't beat them, sometimes you have to join them. All right. So HR 9157, and actually here, we can actually go right to the bill. So let's take a gander. Okay. So it says here, this was introduced on 10/7. Okay, so at the beginning of this month, they just introduced this. Sponsor was Representative Mooney Alexander X. Okay. And so he brought this forward and said, hey, the bill requires the Department of Treasury to define the Federal Reserve note dollar in the terms of a fixed weight of gold, bringing us back to this gold standard. And the Treasury and the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve must report on the U.S. gold holdings. Okay? So right now it's been introduced. It has not been passed, it's not in the Senate, it has not gone to the President, it has not become a law. This right here, guys, is congress.gov, Bill 117th, Congress House, Bill 9157. You can look it up, okay? You can see how much the cost of it would be. You can contact your member who represents you in your state to say, yes, we want this. Email them, flood them, bombard them. This is the time you guys can actually go out there and be belligerent and move something. Now, I'm not saying this is what you need to do. I'm just letting you know what your options are, okay? A lot of people don't understand. So, let's see. Okay, so they basically have a breakdown, full breakdown of it. Everything that they think this is going to do, the goods, the bads, the ugly, okay? Actions they've taken on it. Titles. So I just kind of looked at the brief summary. So we're going to X out of here, get back here. All right, so if enacted, this would be a significant step to restoring the sanity to the U.S. monetary policy. Okay? The Federal Reserve note has lost more than 30% of its purchasing power since 2000. Yeah, because it's not backed by anything, and they're typing digital money into existence. And let's be honest, that is going to reduce the worth of the dollar. We're increasing our debt on the computer. And the dollar, people are like, yeah, the dollar used to be strong because it was backed by gold. Now they're like, there's digital currencies, which are going to be the future. Okay? Digital currencies and commodities, which is why buying gold and silver, okay, or buying stock into gold and silver, especially, anything gold, silver, land, certain cryptos, housing, contracts, all that stuff is where the money's at, people. All right. The dollar will lose half of its purchasing power every 35 years. So eventually, they're just going to get rid of it. Emphasizing the need for a stable dollar, which is where the digital dollar is going to come in. Mark my words, watch. With fixed exchange rates and money supply controlled by the market, not the government. So, but then there also in lies the problem, is that if you've got everybody who are already controlling the gold, then they can kind of play with it and manipulate it. So there's always in the illusion, people, control, and control is the illusion. All right, you just have to find a spot where you want to get in, because really at the end of the day, if you're not one of the big fams out there, long live the king, name of the Father, the Son, then you're not really moving and shaking, okay? So it requires the Secretary of Treasury to define that the Federal Reserve note, so they want to tie the note into actually having a certain specific amount of gold value. Like you can use the money to go buy gold, but you can no longer exchange gold or dollars at the bank for its appropriate amount of gold. They basically want to bring that back. All right. So additionally, the bill requires the Federal Reserve to fully disclose all its gold holdings. Who owns all the gold? Where is it at? I heard a rumor that there's almost no gold, if any, left in the place that holds it. We'll just say. All right. We won't touch on that one right now. All right, so the gold standard puts the control of money back with this market instead of the Federal Reserve, discourages excessive deficit spending. So now they have to adhere to federal budgets. You can't just go, there's $1 trillion we lost. Let's knock down some. Oh, the news. All right. So basically, the Federal Reserve note dollar in terms of a fixed weight of gold based on that day's closing market price of gold, and to make them redeemable for and exchangeable with gold. Okay? Like I said just a minute ago. Fully disclose all of the gold holdings, along with all gold transactions since 1961. Oh, as much as I love what they're trying to do here, you can bet your sweet bippy it ain't gonna happen. But if you believe in it, you should support it, because I could be wrong. I'm only wrong about 3 times a year. I've been keeping track since I was a kid. That's about it. All right. So this will go a long way towards bringing the light to the Fed's activities that very few people are aware of due to unconstitutional entity secrecies and lack of congressional oversight. Because everything they're doing is in the corporation. The Federal Reserve is a corporation. There's nothing federal about it. They just own the word, and so you can't use it. It's all corporations. Work with me here. Come here. Yeah. All right. So I just want you to understand, everything that they're doing is inside of a corporation. Yes, I'm sorry. I look tired. I'm up early recording this stuff for you guys, and I'm a little mad. But for real, everything that's going on is an open corporation. Your house, your vehicle, you're using them in the public. Everywhere you go with all these things, all these contracts and things attached to you are inside of a corporation. Like you're a mini franchise. Your driver's license, the police stations, the courthouses, these are all franchises of a corporation. Corporations can't own people. Slavery has been outlawed in the United States of America, these lands. But you can be a corporate entity or an officer. And that's where the jurisdiction is. Because you gave it to them willingly. Remember, everybody wants to be mad at them and go, well, they did this to us. Well, if you sound like you're one of them. You have to think like them to understand them, first of all. Dance with the devil, okay? That's what I do. So you guys don't have to. All right. That being said, understand that you went to them. It's not fraud if you enjoy it. It's not fraud if you're enjoying the benefits. You can't want their benefits, but then you want your freedoms. It's not how it works. But you can if you watch my channel. Just saying. Now, if you enjoy it, use it. You don't want it, lose it. That's how it goes. But if you play in their sandbox, then don't be mad when you get sandy and you have to come and go as they tell you, because that is the trade-off for accepting the benefits and the privileges and the licenses. Because you don't know the Constitution, so you don't know what's legal versus what's lawful. You don't know what you can. Even most cops, 99% of them, I got friends and family who are cops, and they don't know this stuff. Some of them do now. But the average one out there, they're not trying to listen. But yes, lots of cops have come to me, emailed me, whatever else, done this process, done these processes, changed their status. Some of them are still cops, some of them left. But the average American, which is all of us are American, whether you're naturalized or born here. But when you become an employee of the corporation, you become a foreign entity under the Foreign Registration Agreement Act, okay? When they sign those papers, whether you know it or not, okay? So just like us, if we get the license, we become foreign to America, all right? On paper, okay? So you've crossed over into a paper jurisdiction of corporations and dead entities, which all happen to always sign things in black. Jurisdictions, playing with the mind. And by the way, black is actually not evil. Black is creation. Okay, the universe was created out of the blackness. Light is where you are writing on it, but without the black background, what are you writing on? All right, so it's ethereal. You can create with black. All right. So, at least in this universe, there might be an all-white universe where everything is white and then the stars are black. That'd be kind of cool. You ever think about stuff like that? I do. All right, so back to it. So, ultimately, the Federal Reserve is a significant danger to liberty. This is their words, not mine, Federal Reserve Board. I know you guys watch. Hi, I love you. One that is simultaneously degrading people's livelihoods and our nation's prosperity. Not only is the central bank unconstitutional, but it has a key role, no offense, central bank, the conspiracy to bring about a one world socialist government. Ultimately, Congress must be completely abolish the Federal Reserve. However, Federal HR 9157 would be a great first step towards restoring adherence to the Constitution and the sound monetary policy. Urge your U.S. representative and senators to support this bill. You can email them, but you can also contact them by phone, tweet, and even video message them. Okay? So an easy way to email legislators. Bang. Let's take a look what they got here. Okay. So if you go here, you can actually click this button, fill out the information. It says this will take you to a page where you can send a pre-written letter, call your officials, and or send video messages. Bang. Power in the hands of the people, but are you going to use it? Okay. You can also, let's see, get information on saving our children's education, how to help restore election integrity, counteracting the C-19, constitutional conventions, what that is, we talked about that in another video, globalist trade agendas, and end the Fed, mass migration, stop the North American Union, Article 6 but not 5. So these are all the things, guys. When everybody's asking me, how do you know these things? I read on everything, okay? So That's about it, guys. A little bit longer of a video, but there's power here, but you have to be in the know. So now you know. Talk to you guys later. Badwolf's over and out. Thanks for supporting. Go do something fun. Or read.